Welcome back, everybody. So, listen, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you two questions. Here's the first one. What's essential to you? What matters the most to you?
Okay, you're gonna go to the second part? Are we
No,
ready?
just that one right now. I'll get to the next one. The second question is even bigger. Let's do that
What's
one first.
important to me is being effective with my purpose, which is what I do, which is psychology expert and life coach. I see 30 caseload of clients throughout the week in session. And what's most important is my efficacy with not just my clients, but making sure that every person I come in contact with, I'm able to plant some seed of positivity, of growth, of love, of authenticity, and most of all, of breakthrough and of change that they want. Not that I want for them, but that they want.
Yeah, I think that last part is essential, right? That they want. Which makes me want to ask you this: what? I hear the term "live a balanced life" or "have a balanced life." It's not, again, it's one of those things we just throw out in the culture without understanding what we mean. What do we mean, or what should we mean? That's the better question when we say that someone or that we should live a balanced life.
Such a great question, Dr. Sean, because that is not cookie cutter. It's very individualistic, meaning what may be balanced for me may not be balanced and it may be chaos for you. So this is where it goes back to the tools that I teach my clients is get in contact with who you are. And when you find you, there goes your purpose. And when you are in your space of authenticity, you are liberated, you're free. And so freedom is the real true balance. So people are out here trying to figure out what balance looks like from an aesthetic external point of view. Balance doesn't come from anything outside of you. Balance is in here, it's internally. And so until you can get your three-part house, which I consider how you think, how you feel, and how you behave is your three-part house. Until that's in alignment, you don't have balance. Now, how I think, feel, and behave for me, Dr. Sean, that balances me is going to be different than what balances you. This is why it's important for everybody, especially somebody in my field, not to self-project onto you what I want for myself or what I see best fit for Dr. Sean. It doesn't work like that.
Dr. Bryant, you've said something that is so critical. And I'm just going to, now I said this, Dr. Bryant did not say it, so y'all put this on me. But what you just said was so important for pastors and church people, especially to hear, because a whole lot of time in these little churches we go to, some of them ain't little, by the way, people are projecting their stuff, their issue, what they want with their lives on you, telling you how, what you should be doing, how you should be living. And that's how they should be living and doing. That works for them. I'm not sure what you call that, if that's a term other than
Self-projection and countertransference. That's the clinically correct term. And a lot of therapists, I want to add to what you said, it's pastors, but it's also therapists, it's psychologists, folks who are in the self-help therapy room. They do a lot of, they're not supposed to, we're trained in school not to do it, a lot of countertransference and a lot of self-projecting. And that can cause way more impairment than the client even had coming into the session. It's not your session. It's not about you. It's about getting this client where they want to be. And if when you get them where they want to be doesn't work, go back to the drawing board, create a new play and run that play to see the efficacy of that play. And you got to keep drawing up plays if that isn't working, but it's not about you. It's about the client.
I love that. I love that, because everybody's who's watching tonight, we have to really ask, is the advice we're getting or the counsel we're getting from the person we're getting it from getting us to where we said we want it to be and not where they want us, to arrive at. Anyway, I could spend the whole night on that, but that was rich. Thank you for that. Let me ask you this, because I want to talk about the principle or the practice of manifestation, right? And I'm not sure if it's a principle or practice and a principle. But tell us what it is, and then tell us how we can actualize it.
Perfect question as well. So there's principles that you practice. So it's both of what you said, Dr. Sean. There's principles that you practice that will manifest that at what you want. So this is the deal. Manifestation takes place at the point of agreement.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Agreement. That means I want this. I do the principles in the work, and then there's agreement. As soon as agreement hits, manifestation fires off. If there's no agreement, okay, then you're at gridlock.
What stops that agreement?
I love that. The top thing that stops that agreement, besides the disbelief and what you're asking for, is this one piece that people always miss. It's this: when I am asking, or anyone's asking for something that they want, a car, a job, a partner, money in the bank, right? When I'm asking for that, if I ask that from a place of I don't have it, and the universe, hold on, the universe gives us what we vibrate, which is based on our feelings and our emotions. So if I'm putting out there, Dr. Sean, please send me $200,000 for this business I want to open up. Just the way I put that out there, I put out there the emotion, the vibration of lack. And the universe gives me back what it feels the vibrational plane is on. So listen, the universe is this, right? I'm this. If I don't agree with the universe, we get nothing. But if the universe is this and I send out lack and we agree at lack, I get more of what I don't have. So the key thing is to do what? Your job is to do two things all the time. You're either planting seeds or receiving a harvest. Planting seeds or receiving a harvest. Did you hear the word worry come in? Anxiety come in? No. So listen, if you're not receiving a harvest, you should be planting one so that you have no space in between, but to be either excited for what you're planting or excited for what you're receiving, because you have one job, and that's to be happy. Planting and receiving, do both. They make you happy. And if you can stay in your happy place, that means you're in alignment. One more thing, happy keeps you open like this. My arms are open, keeps you open like this. That means your receiving vessels are open. Okay. Discord, unhappy, keeps you open like this. But if the blessing you're asking for is this big, it can't fit through this. So your one job is to stay happy, which is meaning stay open, and then your levee's open to receive everything you want. Manifestation happens fast when you're in your vortex. Your vortex is happy. It's happy. So you're receiving. Anything outside of that is an illusion, it's disharmony, and it's discord.
Yes, I love that. So we are to either be happy because we get to plant, or happy because we get to harvest. For all my church folks, Noel Jones did a sermon many years ago, and Bishop Noel Jones said there's only two positions of the believer. Either we are thanking, right? Because either we are thanking God for what God has done, or we're praising God until God does the next thing that God does. It's a very similar principle. Did I get it right?
Perfect. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I got, sometimes, Dr. Bryant, I got to put it in church lingo for the church people.
That's okay. We're all church folk.
I got to take this break, but I think you're absolutely right. I love that. Either we're happy because we get to plant, or we're happy because we get to reap a harvest. But in either case, Dr. Bryant says our job, our responsibility to ourselves, is to be happy. Stay in that space. And during the break, stay happy, people. We'll be right back. Everybody, I like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Listen, I think, during the break, you were saying something. I cut you off. Do you even remember what we were saying, or have you forgotten to? Because I forgot. Let's keep going. Here's what's interesting. I know that we are broken. I know that people are vehemently broken. Why are we so broken though? Like, what is it about what we're doing that's just not working?
Distorted thinking, very delusional, a lot of illusions. Anything outside of, again, we all have one job, that's to be happy. Anything outside of planting, receiving a harvest, and being happy is an illusion. Get out of your own way. Because we are not controllers, we're creators, which is a gift and a curse. How is it a curse? Because we are natural creators. We get to creating things that don't exist through the ability to create. So
is that Dr. Bryant, is that to bring it back to you for a second, is that what you did in those early relationships? You created, scenarios and conclusions that were not the case?
I would love to agree with you, Dr. Sean, but no, what I did was.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, totally. No, what I did was I seen something that fit my right now. And when you're young and everything's learned behavior. And, growing up in my household with my amazing support system and my folks, I wasn't so much taught to look at things long-term and futuristic. There was a lot of gratitude, a lot of immediate right nows. And so I went into the world with my learned behavior. And I said, this person fits my right now. This person does the things that I like right now at 21. What do I know, right? And so at 25, I'm going, I don't know if this still sustains me at 25 like it did at 21. And at 30, it damn sure didn't sustain me at 30 like it did at 21. And so as I continue to grow and I went from a pint to a gallon, it was still a pint. And so let me say, if the pint pours all of them into the gallon, they are giving their all. This is why I said, great guy, but pour his whole pint into my gallon. Am I capped off? Absolutely not. And let me pour my gallon into his pipe. He's overwhelmed. So now we just don't fit because I'm a gallon-sized woman who might have been at some point a pint-sized girl. And so I have to know that I have to have a gallon-sized man who can consume me. And when I pour into him, I'm not overwhelming him. He can facilitate all that I am. And that's the beauty of saying we're not cookie cutter. And contrast shows us who we are and what's our capacity. You got folks who are incapacitated with folks who are capacitated, and then they're going, how come we can't work? Nothing's wrong with anybody. You guys just can't pour into each other and be equally yoked. So there's no balance there.
That's good. All of that was good. We have to bring you back for the love series because that was good. Now, before we run out of time, let's get to the book, The ABCs of Manifestation. We've been talking about it and around it, but I want to make sure that we specifically address the book itself. I know this is what you poured your energy, your spirit, and your heart and mind into. What do you want us to walk away from this book becoming?
Becoming everything you want to be. Everything you would be proud of if you were, and when you becoming empowered by yourself, because only you can empower you. And until you do so, we cannot receive, or should I say, we receive at the level that we believe within ourselves. And we see in others who we are, not who they are. And so with this book, I give you principles from A to Z, how to manifest anything you want. These are principles that I apply in my life every day. And I say this with all humility. My manifestation in my life has been and is still mind-blowing, literally mind-blowing. And I asked God to gas it a year ago because he was moving too slow. Be careful what you ask for and be careful what you believe in. My belief agreed with my asking, and God punched on that gas. And I'm going, oh my God, I'm loving this, but it's coming in, flowing. I mean, my levee has broken and I had to expand my team. But I say that to say, this book, the principles that I use, my clients use, and it works. You can literally manifest anything you want.
So Dr. Bryant, stop for a second, because I'm gonna put you to work. So let's say I want to manifest more money. Give me one or two free things from the book. What should I be doing, thinking, putting out there?
So for one, we're calibrations. Your calibration means you're a magnet. You're not looking for anything, you're magnetizing everything. So your mindset should be as such. I'm a magnet for money. Everywhere I go, money finds me. Everywhere I go, money pays for things. Money has no value unless I spend it. Money needs me to exist. Money needs me to be of value. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. That's not just something that you verbalize, it's something that you feel. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it how I tell my clients and how I do when I speak. Your belief about yourself being a money magnet has to be arrogant. And I say arrogant, not with people. This is Dr. Sean, do not be arrogant with people. That's a turn off and it's not profitable. Be arrogant with your belief. You believing in a sense of arrogance does no harm to anybody else. So when I say those things, I speak my affirmations with the arrogance behind it, almost with the cockiness and a chip on my shoulder, like, money, you need me. You can't survive without me. Everywhere I go, you spend. I can't get rid of you. Everywhere I look, there you go. People have the opposite mindset with money. I can't buy without you. But that's false. That's an illusion. If we all decide to stop spending money right this second, tell me the value of money. I'll wait. There is no value. We give it value when we spend it, when we make the currency to that at which we have and that at which we put out. And another thing is,
Listen, I'm running out of time. Running out of time because this is great. We're going to have you come back and just do a whole segment on the love series, because I was going to ask you about money and ask you about love, but I'm out of time. Dr. Bryant, you've got to come back because we've got to continue this. Thank you for coming on. Everybody, pick up the book, The ABCs of Manifestation. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, thank you, Mr. Ivory Hunter, and thank you for watching. And make sure that you're in alignment, people, that agreement is happening. See, I got it right. Anyway, love you, people. Bye.